parler là, on peut parler de monsieur, c'est Pierre bonne année. Bonne année, ça passe.
Hi, everybody.
Okay.
Everyone. Tout pays en bas, on a la toujours.
I want to know what is the
Janice?
Megabits per second plus built-in Wi-Fi and there's no hard data limit. So wherever you are, you can do
parce que déjà whether you will
You guys hear me okay? Hey, if anyone can hear me, let me know. I don't like to change my I'm not sure.
David.
She's waiting for the right man.
Who are you taking a bath?
Lisa.
I see it down there.
I'm a lawyer, and Karen Hines.
Let's work on getting
Hello from Dallas, Texas.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. I like to
Can you do something right quick? Hey, you can say we got plenty. On my desk, go in there's room, go upstairs to the right. There's room. Got my pen to my laptop. You know, laptop, it's a long cord. You know, you got something. Go in there's room. The first desk to the right, where the TV next to the TV, there's a long cord on the floor.
And I also want to check with you. Do you have gold? Glory gold? I have a friend.
I wish I got this webinar. Get close to the stove over here.
Sister mentioned something about F and they do FOP. That word I know what it is.
Hello. The moderator.
Is the moderator.
I don't think I can get the person, but normally I can get the point. But in terms of months into this,
Hot. Why don't you mute as you come on? So it won't be so noisy.
Oh my God.
Sounds like someone.
Liberty One Still Recycling, Jenny speaking. Thanks, Brendan. I'll try again. The switchboard's a bit dodgy. Hold on. 6:05.
Where's the moderator?
Cool.
Hey.
But they have money. There's a lot of people in today's world that have money. You can talk to them, grade their house. They've got the
Oh my God! Thank you.
Daniel, come up here to Papa. Come up here, Papa. Come on. Come up here, Papa.
Where the freak are these people at? Where these people at?
What?
They have.
I don't think that this one is either.
You're also able to leverage other, even if it's passive, you're leveraging other people that are to get in. And then it's without you doing the work, you're not doing the actual connection. So a lot of people are very happy to invest in it. When I started, I thought that it would be really hard.
Why they don't start on time?
Rock and roll.
I found you.
It's not never ever doing it for me. They're not gifting me anything. They're doing it because they want their money to grow.
David, I found you. I'm trying to unmute you now.
Guys, I'm not sure if you guys can hear me right now, but the moderators are trying to get control of the unmute and mute. So we will be in a few minutes. Not sure where Kenny is or Francis, but I know that they're doing the best to try and get this under control.
Let's just say that people want to put their money in real. They want to be making it in their own. It's that accrues.
Anybody home? Hello.
Yeah.
Anybody there?
And finding the money part is really finding that's more challenging.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, David, I think we have the tiger by the tail. I want that thing unmute. Bear with us, people.
Yeah, I think I did that now. Hang on, let me see what's going on.
Do you have controls?
Maybe. All right, can you guys hear me now? Now I can't hear anybody else. Someone say yes if you can hear me. All right, all right. I think I got this under control, Francis. Let me go. All right, so it appears now I've got this where I have controls of the system, and I've muted everybody except for myself. As I continue along the call, I'm going to try and find a couple of people who we want to unmute. But anyways, we got it going on right now. It's a little late in getting started, but we got it going on right now. As everybody knows, my name's David T. Rosen. I am the founder and creator of 50/50 Crowdfunding. And today, we are going to talk about several different items. This is going to be a Q&A. Mostly, it's going to be a Q&A on the topics that have been coming across my desk most often. And I want to bring clarity to how 50/50 works for your benefit and talk about several different things, because my job, my task right now is to help you to supersize your donations. So stay on this Zoom, pay very close attention so that the rest of 2018 and 2019 will be the best years of your life. Now, you also want to take notes because we are going to talk about many, many different things, and all of them are going to benefit you and tell you why I and many others believe that 50/50 is the most rewarding system in history. Now, we're going to talk about 5 different topics. We're going to talk about building your team and your donations. We're going to talk about support. We're going to talk about donations. And we are going to talk about enhancements. So it should be a great call. And I can't see what you guys are writing. So if you're writing questions to me and I'm not answering them, it's because I can't see them. I can also tell you that I believe this call is going to be recorded. Let me see if this is being recorded. No, it's not, but record on. Okay, I believe this call now is being recorded, so I'm glad I thought about that. So let's get this call underway. So the first thing that I mentioned that we're going to talk about is building your team. And in building your team, here's what I can tell people, because so many people are trying to figure out, okay, well, why are some people experiencing a tremendous amount of success and why are other people not experiencing that same success? And you're going to find that some of the so-called heavy hitters, the people that have been doing this for a long period of time, they're struggling as well. And the reason why they are struggling is because 50/50 is different than anything else we've ever done. We don't need to worry about setting up capture pages, lead pages, buying leads, marketing to the masses, and doing all of these things that we normally have to do with most businesses. We are different. So here's what I suggest to everybody to help to supersize your team and supersize your donations. Don't focus on the masses. Focus on your centers of influence, that being your family, your friends, the people that you know. It doesn't matter whether they're in your own city or your neighbor or if they're halfway across the road, across the world. Focus on the people that are your center of influence. And if you do that, you're going to find that your donations, your crowdfunding platform, and the benefit that you're bringing to others is going to be massive, and it's going to be great. And the reason why I say that is because you don't need to have large numbers to achieve a tremendous amount of success in 50/50. And I can tell you for a fact, there are some people that have only enrolled 2 people, and one person in particular, only one of them is doing a massive amount of action. That person is receiving a tremendous amount of donations, and they have almost got their cause, their why, their want funded to the maximum. So that person and several other people are perfect examples of why you don't need to worry about going out and buying 10,000 leads or 20,000 leads and sending them out. Focus on your center of influence. Now, I'm going to try and keep this call as short as possible. We did a call yesterday, and it went on for an hour and a half because we had so much to talk about. I'm going to try and make sure that this keeps to under an hour, but I can't guarantee that, but I'm going to do my best to keep it short. The other things that you want to do to help to continue to supersize your team is to follow up. You know, if you have people that you've already invited to 50/50, you need to do follow-up. You need to let them know that you care. You need to let them know that you're there. You need to let them know that you are there to help their success as much as your own success. And I made a post on Facebook yesterday, and on that post I said, your most important thing to do to achieve success is to help others first. And you're going to find that that is the exact same thing here in 50/50. The more people that you determine to help is the more successful you will be yourself. So help others, give, and don't be afraid to give of yourself, of your time, of your effort. And here's something else to really sink your teeth into. And this doesn't happen with other systems, but it does happen with 50/50, is that I always encourage the people that are part of my direct team and the people that I talk to, which are hundreds of people a day, literally hundreds of people a day. I'm on the phone, I'm texting, I'm talking to hundreds of people every single day. And that's why I'm achieving so much success. And that's why they're achieving so much success, because they're doing the exact same thing. Here's the point, which really separates 50/50 from everything else on the planet, is that if you focus on helping people, even if they are 10 generations below you, that help that you give to that person 10 generations below you can help somebody 9 generations below you, which will help somebody 8 generations below you, and so on. And it always comes back up to you, bringing benefit to you. No other system on the planet can do that. So just because we work on a 2x2 platform, a 2x2 wheelhouse, it doesn't mean that you stop helping people if they are outside of that 2x2, because those people will bring you indirect benefit. And there are a whole bunch of other things that I can talk about right now, but as I say, I want to try and keep this to under an hour. We will have a training call with some of our leaders because they've got so many awesome things to share with us. What's working for them, what's working for their team, and how they're really driving that massive success. We'll have an individual live Q&A call, and it'll be a training call, and it'll be how to supersize your team. But for now, we got to talk about a few other things. And the next on the agenda is support. Now, I've been getting a lot of emails from people and text messages from people saying that support's not being responsive. Well, here's what I can tell you, is that support, in fact, is being responsive. The problem is that a lot of the emails that you're sending to us are not getting through to us. And the emails that we're sending to you are not getting through to you. Depending on who your ISP is, depending on what part of the world you live in, the emails from us to you and from you to us may be being blocked. Not only are they not getting to your inbox and not even getting into your spam, they are blocking them before they even get to your inbox. And that means that you don't even know that we're sending those emails. So that's not something we at 50/50 can deal with. But I can tell you that support is dealing with every question that comes in. I can also tell you that support is learning the system just like you are. And some of the questions, some of the responses that they previously gave may not have been exactly the way I would have phrased it, but I can tell you that our support team, and which is growing because I'm training 2 people tomorrow, our support team that we have right now, they are 100% awesome. They care about you just as much as I do, and they are doing their best to make sure that you get the best help that you can receive in 50/50. So our support is awesome. They're learning along the way. We're training as we continue to grow. And I was in Barbados, as some of you already know. I was down there, establishing some business contacts and putting things together for all of our benefit. So I wasn't there to be hands-on with support as much as I would have liked to have been. But I'm back right now, so that's going to change over the next coming days. And here's a few other things that we decided that we are going to do. We're creating some additional options so that your support questions get through easier. I'm not going to mention what those options are, but I can tell you that we are creating some additional options to help you with support. The other thing that we're doing is we are rebuilding our FAQs, and we're going to have a common support questions, and we're also going to have a very involved, very long series of FAQs so that almost every support question that you want to ask may be answered in those FAQs. So these are the things that we are doing for you right now. And I can also tell you that we're building a new site, and on that new site, we'll have the updated FAQs, and they will also be in your back office. So we care about your questions. We care about making sure that the support that you're looking for, you receive. So we are working on that diligently to make sure that we provide you everything that you need so that you can experience your own and full measure of happiness, because you deserve it. So we're on your side, we're on your team, we're working with you. Now, there's something else that it's just lighting up the whole internet. It's kind of funny, actually, because people don't really understand the dynamics of 50-50. And here's the thing that's lighting up the internet, and something that some of our so-called competitors or copycats are trying to use to try and sway you to get into something that's not really in your best interest. So that is donations not received. So let's talk about that, and let's spend a moment on that, because here is the truth, is that over 97% of all donations sent and are received, which means that for every 100 donations that you send, it's being received by the beneficiary. So some people are trying to prey on the fact that just under 3% aren't getting received. So let's focus on that part for a minute. What is the downfall if on a particular cycle you receive 4 donations instead of 6, or you receive 5 donations instead of 6? So think about that for a second. What is the downfall if you receive 5 donations on a particular cycle instead of 6? The answer is nothing. 0. It has no impact on you whatsoever. Because as soon as 6 positions are filled, another one automatically opens up again. So the only thing that has happened in that matrix, in that wheelhouse, if you receive 6 donations instead of 5, is that, let's say it's a $250. Let's say it's the $500 wheelhouse. So it means that instead of getting $1,500 towards your cause, you're getting $1,250 towards your cause. So if you're getting $1,250 towards your cause, there's a downfall. There isn't any. Now, the only person that is receiving a definite downfall is the person that did not send their donation, because they get terminated, they get suspended, they cannot receive any donations. So please do not let anybody spoil your dreams, your aspirations, your wants, your desires. If somebody gets into the system to try and game the system to their own advantage, they will quickly find they cannot. They get suspended. And here's something else, is that the vast majority of the people that got suspended realize that that is not in their best interest. And they actually send their donations. And then they become unsuspended. And then they tell their friends who want to game the system that they cannot game the system. So if you want to participate in 50-50, do it from an honorable way. Because that's what the system was designed for you to benefit. not for me to benefit. Well, it was designed for me to benefit as well, right? And by the way, I'm no different than you. If I don't do anything, I won't receive anything. If I do a lot, I will receive a lot. And by the way, there are several people that are in the system that joined the system after me that are receiving more donations than I am. And that is because they are better marketers. Am I jealous because of that? No. I give them my 100% support because I love to see success in other people. Now, like I said, think about it once again, and please let this sink in. And really think about it before you try to come up with, well, it doesn't work, well, or another excuse, or another reason why not to do it, or another reason to complain to your friends, or another reason to listen to somebody who's trying to sell you something different. There is no downfall in receiving 5 donations instead of, it doesn't block you. It doesn't hold you up. It has no negative impact on you whatsoever. It is all positive because you are receiving more than you put out. Now, people have suggested that we come up with ways to prevent it. And because we have so many copycats out there that are trying to find ways and holes in our system, I'm not going to tell you all of the ways that they suggested that we don't do this. But what I will tell you is here is something that we're getting ready to do. And you're going to love this. And the people that get into the system are going to love this. Is we are going to create a clock. And it is a 2-hour clock because when you register in 50/50, it's a 3-step process. And each step along the way says you need to send your donations that you have decided to give to another person of your own free will immediately. Not in 6 hours, not in 2 days, not in a week, immediately. Because if you don't send your donations immediately, or you have ill intentions, and you don't plan on sending your donations, people were getting suspended as short as 5 minutes after pledging to make a donation because somebody picked up the phone and said, hey, Bob, thank you for joining 50/50. It's so wonderful that you've joined us. Well, I'm not going to send my donations. Well, guess what? Bob is immediately suspended. So we have things in place to protect your interests, and it is us who police the system. It is peer-to-peer. I or the company does not touch your donations. It's peer-to-peer. So because of that, everything happens because of what you say should happen. So as I say, we set up a clock. That clock is a 2-hour clock. Now, if you join 50/50, and you will get into the matrix because we don't want to hold people up. We don't want to hold people up from receiving donations, inviting other people, or even getting spillover, which happens on a regular basis in 50/50. And in saying that, don't join 50/50 because you think you're going to get something for nothing. Many people have, but then they went on to do stuff. But those that enter into the system because they think they can get something for nothing, don't. So, enter the system because it is something you truly want to do. You want to help others and you want to share the system and you want to help other people share the system. Back to that 2-hour clock. I'm all over the map. Getting back to that 2-hour clock. During those 2 hours, you get put into a wheelhouse, whether it be the 250 or the 500 or whatever it might be. You get put into a wheelhouse. You can get spillover. Should that happen, you can invite others into the system. However, and you will receive those donations and they will be there waiting for you. Now, as you already know, if you get into the system and your donations haven't been marked received, you can't see anything. You can't see who's sending you a donation, whether or not you received a donation, because you can't see your wheelhouses. You can't put in your donation receipt methods. You can't do anything, but you can make stuff happen. Now, if 2 hours passes by and you have not sent your donations and they have not been marked received, then any donations that come into your wheelhouse, they are going to do what we call a follow-up. It means that they are going to and pass you by because you're not in honor of 50-50. Now, should that pass you by, the system is going to look between 1 and 5 generations above you and give that donation to that particular individual. Now, why not just give it to the person that invited you? Because if we do, it's another way that a person could gain the system to their advantage. And we don't want that to happen. We want everybody operating with integrity and in honor. Now, some of you might be saying, well, that's penalizing me. No, it's not penalizing you, because when you enter the system, it is there in big, bold letters says, send your donation immediately. Now, let's say that during those 2 hours, you have invited somebody and they came in after those 2 hours because your donation didn't get marked received. That donation is going to go to somebody else. However, that teammate is still yours. So when that donation gets marked received, that teammate is still yours, and on all future cycles. And by the way, as most of you already know, the first system that I set up is still going on today. It's been going on for 16 years, and a person who gave a $100 donation back in 2002 is still receiving donations today, which means that as long as you stay in honor of 50-50, in 1 year from now, in 5 years from now, in 10 years from now, in 20 years from now, you may still be receiving donations. So if something happens to you now that you feel is not in your favor, again, don't let it spoil your dreams. Remember, you have big dreams. There are things you want in life. 50-50 can help you get those things that you want in life. So don't let, because somebody didn't mark your donation received fast enough, because you didn't receive a donation when you thought that you would, because you invited Tom, Sally, Mary, and Tom, and they didn't do what you wanted them to do. Don't let them spoil your dream, because this is your dream. This is what you want. You go at your pace. It is not a race. Think about what we're doing right now. If you are doing something now and you're doing it for 8 hours a day, is that fun? No. If you are struggling through traffic in the morning, struggling through traffic in the evening, get a 15-minute break and having to rush down that donut and that coffee, and then you get a half-hour lunch. If you don't like that, change it. Allow 50-50 to help you set a new course, a new direction in your life, help you to wake up those dreams. Remember, we all had dreams at one point or another. Some of us wanted to be painters. Some of us wanted to be explorers. Some of us wanted to have that big idea going. But then all of a sudden, life got in the way, kids got in the way, marriage got in the way, a job got in the way, you had to move, you didn't have enough money. All of those things got in the way. Right now, you can do something about it. So don't let anybody spoil your dreams. Now let me see because I wrote some notes down here, so I have some notes here. Can't see the donation. Should the donations be marked received? Okay, so I think I've got that covered. Once I've completed this, maybe a couple other people that have access to the admin so that they can turn themselves on, they'll have something else to say to that. But I think I've covered it. So please, let me say it once again. If for some reason, and it doesn't happen very often, but if for some reason you invite somebody, they don't do what you thought that they were going to do. If somebody lands in your wheelhouse and you don't get a donation, or something else ticks you off, maybe somebody says, well, it's not legal, or is it a Ponzi scheme, or is it a pyramid? By the way, we are 100% legal in every country, every city, every town, every household on the entire planet. So don't let anybody else steal your dreams. If you want something more out of this, you want something more out of life, this is it. That's why we've been doing it for 16 years. So now let's talk about competition. And I feel that it's a misnomer to even call it competition. So think about this. And this is something that I say to people on a regular basis. If you begin with a bad system, you will get bad results. If you begin with a good system, you will get good results. And if you begin with a great system, you will get great results if you follow what has to be done. 50-50 is a great system. And in saying that, over the course of 16 years, there has not even been a close second. We are a one of a kind. Now, 50-50 may be the closest thing to a perfect system that any of us will find. Because over the course of these 16 years, we've seen it all. You've seen that insurance company. Yeah, we've seen that. Yeah, we've seen it all. We've corrected all of the things that we needed to correct. I didn't do it for me. I get nothing from the donations. I did it for you because I want to see you win. Now, most of you don't know this, or maybe you do, I'm not sure. But in 2001, I was sleeping in cars. I had no money. I didn't even have enough money to take my daughter for a Happy Meal. But I still thought that I was a billionaire. And by 2003, I was a multimillionaire. And the reason that that happened is because of this system that you are using right now. I used my last $8 to go from where I was to a better place. As I continued to make money, I vowed to build a system that would help you. This is it. So I built this for you. So if it could happen for me, it can happen for you. And if I told you the amount of successes that people have had in under 2 months, it would blow your mind. Never before has anything happened like this before. And not even my first system, because this is an improvement over the original system. Now, here's what I can tell you that's also really important to understand, is that it's not just a few that are receiving. It is the majority that are receiving. No other system has ever done that. So be patient, be diligent, and be consistent in your sharing. And when these copycats come out, because it happens all the time. It happened in my first system, and it's happening again here. As a matter of fact, it started to happen just 2 weeks after we got started, because we started with a bang, and today we are having more people join than we did yesterday. And yesterday we had more people register than we had the day before. So it's not slowing down, it is growing. It is a juggernaut, and a juggernaut is an unstoppable force. So when these copycats come out and they say, well, 50-50 has this problem, don't believe them. And when they say that they have corrected this problem, don't believe them, because nobody can create a system as good as this in even under a year. It took 3 years to perfect this system. And right now, this is the system we're using. So think about this for a second. If you have a system in which you're receiving 100%, you can't receive more than 100%. So if you have a perfect system and it's working for you and you're getting 100%, don't be fooled by the next shiny object. Now think about this for a moment. Now I've seen a couple of these systems that are out there. One of them I call Fruit Loops, and it really is astounding that they even lasted for even a week because there's only 2 levels and they can't add up to 100% on even 2 levels. If you can't add 100%,
Joy took the. I traded with her. She took it off, but then
conversation.
Everyone, please mute your phones.
Forgot about me.
Resume momentarily.
she says in a picture, it said, "Oh, she's stuck in the snow."
Please mute your phone.
A few people not there today. It's fine with me. It's overtime.
Are we in the Matrix?
Mute your phone. Okay, you go now then.
Sorry, you're having.
Is this the Matrix?
You find it?
You said you had one on Monday and one on Friday.
Hi, David. Quick question.
But that was, you know,
Someone,
big debate.
what happens to the last week if the system
Go
is
to Gene and Jude. Because I don't have Andrew on.
okay, so
Great.
let's get a sound check. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Unmute everyone, please.
Several people. Others? Let me see if I can mute everybody.
Can we record?
Okay, so I believe I've got everybody muted. This is not my line, so I don't have complete control over this line, so I can't really, I don't have complete control. So let me get it recorded again. So I'm not sure why we got disconnected, but so once again, just doing a sound check. Everybody can hear me, correct?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. So.
It's from UK.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Well, surprisingly, I can still hear several other people, which I didn't think that I could. But nonetheless, let's carry on. So.
Yes, in Liverpool.
Because we were getting to some pretty important parts. So. When we left, we were talking about the competition, and we were talking about what I call Fruit Loops because I don't know of any other name to give this so-called competitor. We also have another competitor, well, several competitors that are out there, but here's the thing that you have to think about when you're looking at what other people are offering.
Okay, love you guys.
David, can you record this?
Yeah, it's being recorded now. How do we mute everybody? All right, so I believe we got everybody muted. I'm not sure. I'm sure people become unmuted again.
David, go to manage participant, and there's an option that says mute all.
I am using that. It says mute all, and I'm muting it all, but it doesn't seem to be muting everybody.
David,
and there's a little.
David.
Sorry.
Yes.
Just to say, I don't think it's recording because it normally comes up.
Record.
That sounds like Rebecca. Is that Rebecca?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Hello, David.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, David, it's Francis.
Hey, Francis.
Hey, David. Sorry about all the problems. You might just need to hit the mute all button. If you click on participants, you should.
Yeah, I got that.
Mute all.
All right, let me try it again.
Okay. And then you should be able to talk.
It's not recording. Please ask him to record it.
All right, one moment. I'm gonna get it. I want to get everybody muted. All right, so I think I've got everybody muted, and it is recording now once again. So this is what I love. You know, stuff happens, right? So you just go on. You just keep going. So we got kicked off. I can still hear some people. So please, everybody, mute your line. So don't wait for me to mute it. I tried to mute it several times. Mute your line so that you know that you are muted. And you'll see a microphone down in the bottom left-hand corner, I believe it is. Mute that, and that'll mute your line. So, anyways, let's get back to it. So we were talking about the competition. We talked about the other systems that are coming out, and everything that I know about all these other systems that are coming out are people that were and are still in 50-50. And the funny thing is, it's some of these people that are trying to create their own systems and are still in 50-50. They're saying to their upline, hey, make sure that we don't get suspended. Yeah, we're starting our own gig, but make sure we don't get suspended in case ours doesn't work. Come on, man. Listen, here's the bottom line. Like I said, we've been doing this now for 16 years. We have delivered over 8 million donations to people in over 150 countries to the tune of almost $1 billion. That's a success. Of that $1 billion, me or the company got zero of that. We didn't build this for a company. We didn't build this for me. We built it for you. Now let's look at all of this competition, or so-called competition, that is coming out. They are all holding on to your money, and they are giving it to you when they choose. Does that make sense to you? No. This is your money. 50/50 crowdfunding is your system. It was built for you. Make the most of it. Now, here's what I tell my direct team, and I've been telling them this for years, is there are other good things out there to do. Do them. But be smart. Be diligent. Understand what you're suggesting that people should join you in. You are the leader of everybody below you. People will do what you do. If you say do this, they're going to do this. Now, if you say do something and they follow you and that something else fails, which more than 99% of all companies do, that's going to look bad on you. But if your teammates come to you and they say, I want you to join me in something new, and you tell them no because you want to maintain your team, you want to prove that you're a leader, you want to prove that you've done your due diligence, they will thank you. So it is up to you as the individual to be the leader of your team. There are lots of good things out there, as I said. And when people come to me with good things, I tell them that that's fantastic, because it is. But all this crap that's going on right now, Fruit Loops and these other ones like Guarantee This, like, come on, man. That is not a smart move on your part. It's not a smart move today. It wasn't a smart move yesterday, and it will not be a smart move tomorrow. So do the smart thing. Think about what you're doing. Think about the fact that these people that have joined you are going to be married to you, perhaps becoming the longest relationships of your life. There are people on this call that joined me in 2016. They are still my friends and co-workers today because I've treated them right. Their people are still their friends and their co-workers today because they made smart decisions. So remember, I'm not saying this from a selfish perspective. I'm saying this from experience. I'm saying this for you because I want you to win. This is a very big world. There's a very big pie to go around, and everybody should win. So do your due diligence. Make sure that if you share something with your friends, that it makes sense. And that it doesn't say that it's paying out 133%. Or that they're giving you something that they're not. Do the smart thing. So software and a free website builder can match what you're doing today? The answer is no. So let's make it happen. Let's stick with this. Let's make everybody happy. Now I'm going to move off of this competition stuff, but just before I do, here's something else that no other system has and what has separated us from absolutely everything else on the planet. We have the one and only Mobius Loop that was created by my company, one of my company's System G, and nobody else has that. And here's the beauty of that. Remember what I was talking about earlier, how something or someone who's 10 levels below you can help you 1 level below you? That's what our system can do. Now, by the way, I know some people that haven't muted their phone, muted their system. Please click mute.
David, you might want to hit mute all one more time.
All right, let me give it a try.
When people join late, they say unmute.
It's supposed to say them mute. All right. So as I was saying, we've got the one and only Mobius Loop. No other system has that. What that does is that keeps you together with your team forever. Imagine, keeps you together forever. Other matrices that have a cycling system, they split. One half of your team goes this way, another half of your team goes that way. Never shall the two meet again. That cannot give you consistent benefit. Other systems have boards. We have no boards. We have no splits. And you always remain with your team. So here's what that means, is that, let's say for some reason, because 2x2s, they go fast and they slow down, and then they go fast again, and then they slow down. That is the nature of a 2x2 system. Nobody can make that change. But here's what happens when you have an awesome system that has the Mobius Loop and System G, is that you might be sitting at your desk doing something, and maybe nothing's happened for 4 days. Maybe nothing's happened for a week. Maybe nothing's happened for 3 weeks. Then all of a sudden, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Because of the Mobius Loop. Someone 10 levels down helps somebody 9 levels down, who helps somebody 8 levels down, and so on and so forth. No other system does that. So remain diligent, remain optimistic. Know that this can help you. And the beauty of peer-to-peer, instead of when the company takes all the money and gives it to you when they want, is this, that every single donation, 100% of every single donation goes out immediately. If the company is holding on to it, they can wait until you have a full system before releasing it. That's bad. If you need a phone bill that needs to be paid tomorrow, you can make it happen with 50/50. If you have rent that needs to be paid this week, you can make it happen with 50/50. If you have a big idea and you need a lot of money, you can raise it with 50/50. So let me move off that and let's talk about some really awesome stuff, because we got some really awesome stuff that's happening on a regular basis. You see, even as great as the system is right now, it is my job, my task to make sure that you have a system that you can understand, that works, and is super, super rewarding. So people ask if we could create something so that they could display their campaigns. TV back there, let me push that mute one thing. People are joining and unjoining all the time. So people have asked if they can have something so that they can have their campaign displayed. And the answer is yes. We created Sales Page Pro, so you'll be able to now display your campaign. And Sales Pages Pro is awesome. It is totally customizable, meaning that you can put your own logo there. If you're, if autism is your cause, your reason, your desire, you can create a whole page with autism on why you're raising funds for autism. You can put all of your own words in there. Like I said, you can put your own logo in there. You can put your own pictures in there. You can put your own video in there. It's customizable. And here's a really cool thing. It's not some free system. It is a real system. And it is connected with the 50/50 system. So if somebody visits you, they are going to go to your page to join you. And if somebody visits you, but they don't go to your page to join you, you will find in your back office a list of the people that visited you so that you can continue to communicate with them, so that you can continue to follow up with them. That system is awesome. You'll see it in the next couple of days. Now, here's something else that's really awesome, is we started this, and we started with a $250 bottom level system. But during that period of time, people have said we need something that more people can participate in, because not everybody can get started at $250. So we created the 150, which was 50/50 fast. And that's been going awesome. And we still have people saying that's a little bit out of my range. So me, as a person who knows what it's like to not have enough, to not even be able to feed my daughter when I wanted to, we lowered the levels. We added additional levels. So as of, I believe, by tomorrow, you will find that we have a $25 level and a $75 level. That will be part of 50/50 fast. So in 50/50 fast, we'll have a $25 level, a $75 level, and a $150 level. Now, again, I'm thinking of you. I want you to succeed. I want you to win. I want this for you. When a person joined that $150 level, there was a $29 platform administration fee. Now you're going to get the 25, the 75, and the 150, and I lowered the administration fee, so now it is only $19. So now you're going to be able to get those three systems for $19, because, as I said, we want you to win. Now, do you have to participate in those lower levels? No, it's a totally separate system. Should you participate in those lower levels? Yes, because now we have 8 levels. We've got the 50/50 fast, which has a 25, 75, and 150. And then we have the 50/50 crowdfunding, which has the 250, 500, 1,000, 2,000, and 4,000. Guess what? All of them are all connected. They are all part of the same database. So if somebody registers at 25, even if you're not in there, but you give them your donor key and they join at the 25, they are a part of your team. And when they move up to the 250, they will be under you. So that's a benefit for you, because the systems talk to one another. Now, Should you get, like some people are saying, but I don't want to mess around with a $12.50 donation. Well, you know, it's a little more work, but think of all of the people that you're going to affect. Think about all the people that you're going to benefit. Think about the help that you can provide to a family in need. That's why we have those lower levels. And it behooves you. It's in your best interest to be on those lower levels. So go on the lower levels, even if it's just 25, just so that your teammates know that you're there. So that's another benefit to you. Now, right now, the two systems are talking to one another from a database perspective. Later on in the week, if you're in both systems, you'll be able to toggle back and forth between the 150 and the 25 and the 250 system, which is super cool. So we're continuing to build and make things easier and easier for you, so you'll be able to see those things. So that's something else that's happening right now. Another thing that's getting ready to happen is we have been designing a new really awesome, great looking new website. That'll be released hopefully within the next 10 days, maybe even sooner, but it's awesome. Do we need a new website? No. Do we want a new website? If it's going to help, yes, right? So we're getting rid of the emojis. I know some people love those emojis and the smiling faces, and you know, put a smile on many people's faces, but we wanted to up our game, so we're getting rid of the emojis and getting a new site. So we got a new site that is going to be out there. I think I talked about the password, the new password reset, because 90% of the support questions that come in is, I can't remember my password. But here's the problem. It's not that you can't remember your password. You can't remember the email address that you register, because 90% of the people that are saying that they forgot their password is they're using the wrong email address. And it's like a phone number. If you have to dial somebody and the number is 555-555-5555, and you dial 555-555-5556, you're not going to get them. Same thing. If you put the wrong email address, you're not going to get through. So to save our leaders and me and our support team additional effort in your back office before the week is out, you'll find keys. And those are special keys. You can download them and so that you've got them offline. So the next time you forget your email address or your password, you can't log in, just use one of those keys, put it in the site, and that'll help you get back in the site without having to contact support. So it's another thing that we're doing to make things better for you. Another thing that we're doing for that support issue and for the email issue, and to make sure that you're getting all of the communication, is we are setting up an app, and we're setting up an SMS system so that you will get alerted to, so if you need to change your password, you get an alert, and because everybody gets their SMS. Some people don't get their emails, but everybody gets their SMS. So that's another thing that we're putting in place. Lots of good things are going in. Let me see what else we got here. And we're working on a new sharing app, because it's really important that, you know, people are getting the right information, not the information that we want to give them, but the right information. So as long as we say, and the app tells people what they need to know, then everybody's going to get the right information, and people aren't going to click on the wrong links or listen to Mary, who's all, and I'm just using the name Mary, it has nothing to do with a real person, but using the name Mary, who says, hey, listen, just get in and don't do anything, you're going to make a ton of money. It doesn't work like that, right? So we want to make sure that everybody who's participating in 50/50 is getting the right information. And again, it's all about creating a win for you. And what else have I got here? Yeah, here's one more thing. Some people are saying that they got their PayPal account shut down. So here's what I know about PayPal. A, they're a great company. PayPal is an awesome company, great platform, but they are unfriendly to some systems, especially those that are peer-to-peer or network marketing and so on and so forth. So many people had their account shut down, but it wasn't because of us. It was because of these copycats. They're putting on their sites, you know, use PayPal to do this, which, you know, raised a bunch of red flags with PayPal, and they shut down people's accounts that are sending money back and forth because, you know, it just raised a bunch of red flags. So PayPal is an awesome company. If you use it correctly, it will work for you. But again, there are so many other different processes out there. Here's something else that's very important. In your back office, you know, or you may not have seen it yet, but there's a link that goes to TransferWise. TransferWise will allow you to set up what is called a borderless bank account. So if you're in Nigeria, if you're in India, if you're in Pakistan, if you are in Bogota, if you are in Panama, if you are in the United States, if you're in Canada, if you're in Russia, if you're in any of those places, you set up a borderless bank account. By doing so, TransferWise has at least 60 local currencies, which means that even though I'm in Canada, I can now send money to somebody who's in the US using ACH. It happens very, very fast. Within 24 hours, at the very least, within 24 hours. And that will, they do the conversion for you. So if I'm sending Canadian dollars, I just say I want to send, you know, $250 US, and it does the conversion for me. If I am sending rubles and I want to send somebody $250, it does the conversion for me. Now, here's something else important about using TransferWise. Use the link that is in your back office, because that link is going to carry some pretty significant weight as we continue down the road of achieving great successes between us, which we're going to do. So use the link that's in your back office, because it's going to bring some really cool benefit as we continue down the road. One other thing, there's two other things that I'm going to talk about. One of them being that, you know, most people know that I have had successful businesses and I have other successful ventures that I am working on. I have now put everything else aside to focus 100% on 50/50 and to make sure that everything in 50/50 is completely automated before I refocus any attentions on some other tasks. So those of you that think I'm not paying attention, I am always paying attention. Just ask any of the 1,000 people that call me and send me text messages on a daily basis. I am paying attention, but I just want to say from my lips to your ears that you have my 100% undivided attention at this moment to ensure that everything that is part of 50/50 works properly and is automated before I move on to the other tasks that are really important to all of us, actually. Now, something else that's really important, and we've talked about this before, but you know, some things are like pulling teeth, is getting a testimony. Your testimony is so important. We've had testimonies from Rebecca. We've had testimonies from other people. And the testimony is not about, you know, I received $100,000. Your testimony is about how awesome the system is, how great the system is, and how you see the system is going to bring you and your family benefit, how you see the system bringing the people that you care about benefit. We need your testimony. You can write it. You can do a video. You can take pictures and use a caption. Maybe do one of those. Let me just mute everybody again. I can't even remember what they're called when you use a picture and then you gotta you put a quotation above it. Somebody will tell me what it is, but you can use one of those or send smoke signals. Smoke signals will be very difficult for us to capture, but we need your testimony. We want your testimony because that's what helps other people that are unfamiliar with 50/50 understand how great it is. We as you notice, there's no testimonies on the site right now, even though we do have some. And I won't put any phony testimonies. You see some of these new sites that are popping up. They've been up for 4 minutes and 24 seconds, but yet they've got 17 testimonies. I don't know how that's possible, but we don't do anything like that. We want real testimonies. We want to hear from you what you believe and why you believe 50/50 is going to have a significant impact on you in 2008, the rest of 2018 and on 2019, and why you believe it's going to change your life for the better forever. Now, I'm going to say one more thing because I think it's important. And it has to do with why I do this system, why I created this system. And I use the word gift. And I use the word gift and I use the acronym. I'm going to share my acronym of the word gift because God says that when you give something to somebody else, when you share a gift with somebody else, it's a great thing. So when I think of the word gift, I think of this: gaining independence forever together. I believe 50-50 is a gift to all of us. Let's take advantage of it. Let's share it with all the people that we care most about. And let's get busy with it. So that's all I have to say right now. It's a lot. Let me see. I believe I actually, as a matter of fact, I'm patting myself on the back right now because I did, in fact, keep it under 1 hour, even with the interruptions. Woo! So I know there's a few other people on the line. There's way too many to try and search for people, but Francis, Kenny, John, if you know how to unmute yourself, you want to share. Is that Francis here? Go ahead, Francis. Tell us what's on your mind.
Hey there, can you hear me, David?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, great. What do you want me to tell you?
Tell us your story.
Well, my story is pretty amazing. We started 50-50 crowdfunding back on October 21st. So today is 7 weeks. It's our 7-week anniversary. And it's just been incredible. It's been a fun ride for us. We never thought when we joined back 7 weeks ago what this was going to do, not only just to our lives, but to so many friends and family. I mean, I just thought this was going to be a fun little game that we were going to play for a few days, few weeks, maybe. But oh my gosh, it's changed our lives. For those of us who know us and hear us on the calls, they know how many donations we've received and how many people's lives we've been able to change, not only ours, but we just have a lot of projects that we want to accomplish and things that we do here locally. And we've been able to help bless many people around the world, and we couldn't be more happy. So we just keep sharing it every day. We love your philosophy. We love the program, give, share, receive. It couldn't be anything better. So we just are very thankful for you for putting this out there for us to use and to be able to give to the world. So we're looking forward to many months and years to come. As you say, we're going to be, it's going to be around long after we're dust, right, David?
Thank you very much for sharing that. And ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that Francis said is that it's not just her that's receiving benefits. It's the people that she's invited. Mike Horde, you keep on unmuting yourself and making a lot of noise. Please keep yourself muted. Thank you very much. So it's not just about a single person who's benefiting. It's about everybody that's benefiting and the people that are part of her team. And Francis, if you don't mind unmuting yourself once again, and maybe you can just talk to how 50-50 is bringing benefit to not only yourself and your family, but also how it's bringing so much benefit. Mike.
I apologize, Dave. I didn't hear the end of what you're trying to tell me.
I was saying please share with people how it's bringing benefit to most of, or if not all of your team, because that's what people really need to hear, because people already know that you're already a superstar. It's the others that people want to hear about. How are they doing?
Well, I mean, yeah, we didn't start this to just, make Kenny and Francis a lot of money. It sounded like a fun thing to do, but when we really dug in deep and started inviting people, we started inviting people to this that we would never have talked to on a normal, network marketing. We have a network marketing background, as a lot of you know, that we do include our family and our very close circle of friends. And I've seen my sister who works, 60, 80 hours a week and doesn't have any extra money at the end of the month. And I've seen her be able to get donations in that have changed her life. I mean, it's amazing. So just to see other people benefit from this, it's just, and Christmas is coming. I mean, I couldn't be happier with the results we shared this with over, I think, 56 people now we personally have sponsored. So it's not about helping everybody, improve their financial situation. So whether it's just to help pay the bills at the end of the month, to help buy some extra Christmas gifts this year, or to fund their project. We've got so many people in our team. We've got pastors that are, helping fund projects, missions overseas, where we've got one guy, Jeff Battles. You guys, a lot of you have heard his story. He has an orphanage in Pakistan that he's helping fund. He's got children that and he just couldn't be happier to donate all of the proceeds from 50/50 to that orphanage. We've got a lady in Alabama whose husband was killed in the line, who she's doing this to create a get the thing, but in his name, she wants to provide something in his name at their local community.
Stupid thing.
Ray, leave yourself muted, please.
Months, but in 2 short months, we've been able to hear all these wonderful stories. I mean, Rebecca in the UK, and I know she's on the line tonight, was able to save her house. She has 4 small children, and she was getting evicted. So, I mean, we just hear stories every day, not just from our team, but from everybody else in this community that have been able to just, change their life, literally change their life. So we couldn't be more thankful for you for making this available to us. And we just are grateful and look forward to, the coming months and years ahead, because we know this is going to be around for a long time.
Awesome. And thank you very much for that, Francis. And that's what and I could hear the emotion in your voice, which is, it happens to me all the time. That's the important part. It's not so much what it does for us. Like, here's what I say to people all the time is that, the first person that you need to take care of to make sure that your own security is taken care of is you, right? Like, you can't build a house for somebody else if you don't have your own house. You can't put food on your own plate if you can't feed yourself. You can't clothe others if you can't clothe yourself. So you need to take care of yourself, because that's most important. But once you do, once you are secure, once you know that you have a roof over your head, once you know that you can take care of your kids, once you know that you can put food on your plate, once you know that you can do the things that you really want to do, then taking care of your tithing more at your church, giving to the causes that are dear to you, doing the things that are most important to you and that are closest to your heart. Those are the things that really turn your life around. And that's what's happening so much here in 50/50, is that people are experiencing life-changing emotions because things are happening for them that never happened before. They're actually seeing the benefits of them sharing 50/50 with others, and the smiles and the help that they're giving to others, how it's making a difference on and impacting other lives. And that's the real true beauty of 50/50, is that it's not just one, it's everybody that can benefit by, giving, sharing, and receiving. So thank you very much, Francis, for sharing that.
My pleasure.
I'm not sure if there's anyone else who wants to share with us right now, because I can't unmute people. But if there is, if John's out there, please, unmute yourself. Kenny, you're out there. Dave, William, if you're out there, or any of the other people that I talk to on a regular
basis. Hey, David, it's John here. How are you?
Hey, John, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Hey, good. Great call. Great to see people on here from all over the world. And, we're moving forward, guys. That's it. Improvements, enhancements, everything coming. It's not instantaneous. We're moving forward here. We've got the best system on the planet to build with. We can impact our own lives. We can impact everybody else's lives. It sometimes takes a little bit of patience to get everything absolutely the way we want it, but it's coming, and all we have to do is focus on what we do, share with others, and try to help as many people as we can. That's what it's all about.
100%, John. Thank you very much. I got a question for you. Is that a 50/50 medal around your neck?
No, that was actually from Spartan races. I did 3 of them in one weekend. So it was pretty crazy for an old guy like me.
That's huge. Congratulations on that. And congratulations on your success. Hey, John, you and I have had many conversations. I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked of Francis. Can you tell me the impact that 50-50 is having on to the people that are closest to you on your teammates?
Yeah, I sure can, David. It's been life-changing for so many people. I mean, everybody's been looking for ways to, you know, help out their own financial situations and help those around them and help the causes that are near and dear to their hearts. This is the vehicle to do it. We're seeing, you know, every day we're hearing from people all over the world. They just can't believe they finally found what they've been looking for. And you know, it's the same thing for us. And you know, Francis mentioned the story that really sticks out, Rebecca. 4 children under the age of 9 facing eviction, took action, 4 days later, completely turned her life around. And, you know, that's possible for anyone on this call that wants to really move their life forward and make you know, make positive changes in their life. So it's here for everybody, and it's happening for everybody that takes action.
And Rebecca is a really inspiring story because she's so warm-hearted. She's just such a she's really inspiring. So you heard her on the line there a little while ago. She is a good person. I'm glad that she's part of our team. And by the way, folks, Rebecca was, you know, facing eviction. She only had 4 days left. And it was people from this system, from 50-50, that stepped up and helped get her started. And then she just went through all of the levels, and it's just an amazing turnaround because she only had 4 days left, and she actually received enough in donations to help her cause and to save her family within 2 days. So that is awesome. And there are literally thousands, not just a few. We're talking thousands of stories in this short period of time that are as impactful as Rebecca's. And speaking about stories, you heard me mention a few moments ago that we've got almost 1 million people in my original system. Do you know that I haven't had a chance yet to send out an email to those people to let them know they're finding out now? Because, you know, 50-50 is probably it probably circles the globe about every 3.2 seconds. That's how fast it's moving. But the bottom line is that I haven't had a chance to even let my teammates know what's going on because I've been so helping so many other people so far. But they are going to find out. And for those of you that are sitting back right now, you're thinking, oh my gosh, did I miss the wave? Is it too late for me? The answer is a 100% no. When you register in 50-50, your chances of experiencing blessings, of receiving donations are just the same right now as they were a month ago, and they will be just the same a year from now. Here's how the system works. It's really 3 simple doable steps. We give, we share, and we receive. So think about it. So when you give a donation, you are helping 2 other people that put you into the cooperative. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to share your system, because when you pay that $29 and you give a donation, you now get a license to your very own crowdfunding system. And it cost me $8 million to put this system together, like all of my systems. $8 million of my dollars. You get it for $29. So you get your very own system for $29 to share with other people. And when you share it with other people, it means that you get the opportunity to bless other people's lives. When you share, you then receive. That's what we do. Now, here's the 3 steps, because you give, share, and receive. Register and give a donation. Help 2 or more. And you don't have to stop at 2. And you don't have to get 2 by tomorrow, because, as I said earlier, it's a race. It's not a race, and you go at your own pace. So if you want to be like Francis and invite 56 people, or John and invite over 50 people, and some of the other people that have invited 100 people, get busy with it. But if you don't know 100 people and you only know 2, It doesn't matter. You can still achieve success. So register, give a donation, help 2 or more, and then make sure that they share their campaigns with others so that they each help 2 or more. That puts you into the cooperative. That puts you into the Mobius loop. That can potentially help you to receive from now until forever. And think about this, because this is so important. There's so many people that are on the phone. There's so many people that are actually salespeople, right? And I think about this when I think about the awesomeness of 50/50. If you work in a shoe store, you got to sell 15, 20 pairs of shoes so that you can eat at the end of the week. And you got to do that every single day. If you only sold 1 pair of shoes a day, you would get fired from that job. Now let's look at 50/50 and the impact that 50/50 brings on other people's lives. And if you were to share it help one person set up their campaign in 50/50 a day, 1 person a day, which is it's not a big ask, because this is such a super system. And anybody who says, well, what's 50/50? Can I do it? Tell them to go to YouTube and type in 50/50 crowdfunding. That'll get them jacked. That'll get them juiced, because it's so many people are sharing it. So if you invite 1 person a day for a year, you've got 365 direct people that are part of your team. And if they came in, check out the $250 donation level. I'm gonna, because I haven't calculated this in my head. This is something that I've just come up with. So I'm gonna do some calculations here. 25 times 365. That's almost $50,000 a year that you're going to receive for helping other people. Now, when you factor in that some of those people, not everybody, but some of those people are going to duplicate your success, that means that that's going to double, quadruple, 10 times that $50,000. And if it just even doubles it, that's $100,000. $100,000 for helping other people and putting forth a little bit of effort. Not a lot of effort, a little bit of effort. You heard from Francis, you heard from John, you've heard from me. That effort means that we are helping somebody else. It means that we are helping somebody that we care about, somebody that we love, maybe a family member, maybe it's somebody who's suffering right now. Maybe it's a homeless person. Maybe it's a person that pours you that coffee. Imagine you helping others means you helping yourself. I don't know about you, but that hits me right here. That's why I love doing what we're doing. So I'm not going to keep you any longer on here. This has been awesome. I thank you very much.
I'm not sure if you can hear me at all.
I thank you very much.
Hello.
I just got a quick question.
May I share an epiphany with you? David,
pardon?
may I please share an epiphany with you?
Yes, I think, yes, please. I heard somebody say they wanted to share an epiphany. Is that Donna?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
go ahead.
I was just talking to my business partner, Gregory Reading, last night, and I'm a very generous person. People that know me, I thrive on nurturing and giving. But when it has come to my network marketing businesses, we've always been told, help people achieve their goals, you'll achieve yours. And I get that, but I've never gotten it so much as I have with this business. And it came to me last night. I'm not going to tell people, hey, I have an opportunity for you. I'm going to say, what do you need? What do you want? What do you deserve? Sit with me. Let's talk about it, and I will develop a plan for you. Now that you have the $25 option, that may mean more, but if we truly understand the 2 who get 2 and recycle, that's not going to be difficult. No. So I'm so grateful to you, David, for what you've created. I live in a city that has great medical centers for children with pediatric cancers. And I have dealt with parents who want to be present to their children, but they don't know how they're going to live with these bills. They don't know how they can be with their child when they have to work. You have provided a vehicle, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Donna.
Yeah,
And
David.
David.
One sec.
William,
Okay,
I have a question
1 second,
about
please.
China. Can you hear me?
Okay, I just muted everybody for a second. Just give me 1 second, because you know what Donna said is just, you see, that's why we do it, right? You heard Donna. She's been in. She knows what she's doing. She's been in a lot of things, but she just hasn't seen the type of results that she's seeing in 50/50. And that's what it's all about. That's what 50/50 is all about, helping other people. And when you get that part and you realize that we're not a network marketing company, we're not MLM, we're just a group of people that give, share, and receive. And our first motivation, our first intention, our first inclination is to help somebody else. When you understand and you let that sink in, and you know in your heart, you believe it, because you know things happen when you believe it. When you believe in your heart that you are doing something good for somebody else first, and by doing that, it is at some point in time going to bring benefit to you. When you understand that philosophy, 50/50 will get in you the same way it's in Donna. So thank you very much, Donna, for sharing that. It's getting really, really late.
I want to ask a question about China. Can you hear me okay? It's William.
Okay, we'll take one more question. Who is that wants to ask a question about
William,
China?
I want to know about China. I'm an Australian, currently just on a business trip in Australia, but I live in China. And I wanted to ask about, for in China, some platforms like YouTube where you've got on the main website don't work, and there's no materials currently in Chinese. And I've got a ton of people in China that could do this, but the problem is they don't speak any English, and your platform's completely in English. So I'm wondering, at what point are you going to have it in Mandarin Chinese and have it on the Yo and other type of platforms that China can actually allow it?
Great question, and thank you for asking that. And you know, we took we had a CAPTCHA, and we had the translate on the site and we took it off because China doesn't allow Google into their country. I never thought about the video on the site, because that's on YouTube. That might be preventing some people in China as well. So the answer to your question is 50/50 is for everybody, everywhere in the world. China needs this just as much as somebody in Tokyo, Toronto, Timbuktu, Tanzania, or any of the other places around the world. We're putting the new site together. Once we put the new site together, then we are going to translate it in many, many different languages. And as soon as we've got the new site up, we are going to translate it into many, many different languages. And we're going to be seeking help from our team to help to get that translated. So yes, we want the people of China to be able to join us. We want them to be able to participate. And we also know that they need something like this. So this is for everywhere in the world. And we will make the translations as quickly as possible into as many languages as possible as soon as we get the new site up. So thank you.
That's awesome to hear. Just be conscious of the fact that in the background of the websites, and some other MLM companies have made the mistake where they've still got some type of link to a YouTube or something else in the background. And if you've got any of those type of links, the Chinese government will actually block it, and you won't actually be able to access it without a VPN. And the majority of people don't have a VPN, which allows you to get around blocked website. So if you have your tech people, just keep that in mind in the background of the website. You'll have a much better success, and then do some testing for people that are currently in mainland China, myself or other people. And therefore, you'll find that you'll be able to test it and make sure that when it goes live, people that can actually access it. So, but no, awesome that you guys can get the translations, and looking forward to it.
Great, and thank you very much for that once again, because like I said, we overlooked the YouTube video. So yeah, we'll look at that as well. So thank you very much for that. Listen, everybody, I know that if we stay on here, we could probably get 1 million questions. We've already been on here for an hour and a half now, and we've got another call that's coming up at 9 o'clock on this bridge. So we need to clear out for that. But as I said, this is not the last Q&A call that we're doing. I'm going to make sure that we do this at least once a week. And once again, from my lips to your ears, thank you very much for joining us in 50/50. And may you receive an abundance. May your family members receive an abundance. May you find the wherewithal to be able to tithe to your church, tithe to your place of worship, help the people that you care most about, help the causes that you care most about. And may you all be blessed with abundance. This is David T. Rosen saying thank you for listening. Let's get busy with it. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, David.
Matt,
50-50 family, 50-50 family. Let's